Okay, it looks like the microphone is working this time. I hope. And should have done the reload before I started recording, but whatever. So, once again, hello, good evening, friends, adventurers, and creatures of the night, and welcome back to totally the original live stream recording of Salliekat Plays Avernum, where I am in search of the level 3 spells that I'm missing. So last time we talked to the dragon and got the final part of the password so that we can exit the surface. Blah, blah, blah. I almost want to restart so I can do this cleaner, but screw it, we're doing it live. Anyway, we talked to the dragon Avernum. We got the final part of the password that we need to exit the underworld and return to the surface. So the entire password is apparently Crow, Bas, Eng, and Kai. But I'm taking a small break from completing the main game quests to search out the few remaining level 3 spells that I do not have. Not so many on the mage spells. Looks like I'm only missing 2 that aren't the final big 3. Missing a few more of the level 3 priest spells. It boggles me that I still don't have level 3 healing when I'm mostly done with the game. Anyway, turns out one of the missing spells is right here in Fort Avernum. There are a couple of buildings that I did not explore my first time through because I did not have lockpicks or the unlock spell. So, Scroll of Bolt of Fire. Yeah, that's not really useful anymore. This one has something a bit more interesting. There is a spellbook chained to this pedestal. The name of the owner is carefully inscribed on the spine. Theryl's Knowledge Compendium. It's very impolite to look at a mage's spellbook, but if you took a peek inside this one, it probably wouldn't hurt. Unless, of course, it was trapped. Read the book and hope it's not trapped. Most of the contents are very basic, no help to you. There is, however, a description of a powerful, ancient holy rite. It's rather out of place in this book. It's very interesting reading, though. So we learn Smite level 3. Magrat learns it, and Githa needs to know it at level 1 or 2 before she can learn it at level 3. Interesting. Well, now I'm half tempted to see if Githa can learn level 1 Smite just so she can get access to level 3. Smite needs minimum priest spell skill of 4, and Githa has 5. Githa could also learn Summon Shade or Safe Travel. Surface goods storage. Unauthorized Avernites keep out. Well, my reputation is beloved, so surely I'm authorized by now, right? Lockpicks fail. You know what that means? Unlock door magic spell. This is a storeroom where the surface goods the Empire occasionally sends down through the portal are stored, before they're distributed throughout Avernum. Understandably, goods from the surface are very valuable down here. Including such wonders as a bronze halberd and a jug of wine. More wine. decent crossbow and bow. Trap. And a shield ring. All that stuff could have been really good early game or pretty good mid game, and is really outclassed by what I have now. But what's behind the barrier? An intelligence bracelet. Which I don't actually care that much about. I prefer the bracelets I already have on my mages. And over here we've got fine meal, bars of lead, even more wine, a fine first aid kit, and I did actually notice there were 2 of these satchels. Ah, a bag of sugar. I think there's a side quest from the innkeeper in Silvar, maybe? Or was it Formalo? Who wants a bag of sugar so he can make his own cookies and sell them at huge profits. There's another historical scroll in here. And technically I'm stealing, but nobody's watching. I hear the sounds of mischief behind me. I think there's a Theo in here. Fine meal. I could search through all of the piles of sacks on the floor, but I don't want to. And poor studded armor. I will let the soldiers of Fort Avernum keep all that. Okay, so why does Therill get a bedroom here, and also a bedroom with his magic spellbook over here? Confusing. And these are visitors' chambers where I can rest or leave a party member. But now, if I want to find some fairly basic priest spells, I should go up to Formalo. And are you Avernum soldiers or are you bandits? Avernum troops, okay. It's always hard to tell when they use the same graphics. Also, if anyone's listening, please do let me know if you can actually hear my voice. Had a little trouble with that on the previous attempt at this stream. Because it looked like the microphone was working when I started, and then it decided to crap out. Okay, so I can buy Smite here. Excellent, thank you, Lunar Sovereign. Hostile monsters? What are Sliths doing this far northeast? Getting killed by a single bolt of fire is what they're doing. Actually, I kinda want to try out my new level 3 spell here. Okay, 15, 27, 25 damage. That is still fairly crap. Alas. When I'm high enough level that even my mage can hit things with a sword. Oh look, another scroll of Bolt of Fire. I I could care more about looting and money right now. But me. I encounter a stray lost group of cave cows. They must have wandered away from a nearby farm. You try to round them up in the hopes of gaining a reward, but they're surprisingly nimble and stubborn. Eventually they escape. This happens regardless of whether I am level 1 or level 30. Those are some extremely stubborn cows. Alright. Now I have 2 priests who can cast a spell that I almost never use. So that's 1 spell on the list. Let me see what's next here. I've got a big old list of stuff from, I think, Hare Hunter, hosted by Spiderweb on ironycentral.com. Okay. So all the arcane spells, looks like level 3 can be gotten from Erica's Tower, or the castle. I guess I do need to check in with King Micah after I killed Greyhoth, huh? Hi there, Nathan. Shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Okay, Battle Rage, I have that. Beast Ceremony is Mage Spell, which I have. The spells are all listed here in alphabetical order. Do I even want Bind Foe level 3? Irrelevant, because I already have it. Bolt of Fire I have, Call Beast I have. Control Foes, is that a mage or a priest spell? It's a priest spell, and I have it. Create illusions, got that. Curing, I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, definitely have curing. Supposedly, level 3 Dispel Barrier I can get from Aiden's Tower. May have to look into that. Okay, the other hard to find when I'm missing. Level 3 Ice Lances is in Darmont somewhere. Okay. Healing level 3 is... What? It's in the Nephilim Fortress? Okay, we're going there right now. Because that is super close. Yeah, watch out for sliths, no problem there. Absolutely no problem entering from the front this time. Yeah, some of these level 3 spells are quite tricky to get a hold of. Okay, so Bolt of Fire level 3 I found in Anastasia's quarters over here. Where would you be keeping the other one? Oh, hi. Haste and slow mean nothing when I'm not in combat mode. Oh yes, haste the cat. That'll help you. Yaha. So according to my annotated map, there's another room over here that I didn't even know to look for. $50 whee! Fine leather armor, and a fine first aid kit, hooray! And a scroll of Farsight. Yeah, I think you're supposed to find this a little bit earlier in the game. Just a little bit. There are several unusual leather scrolls on these shelves. You examine them briefly. They're covered with unusual writing. Healing level 3. Haw! Oh yeah, Jay has some priest spells level as well. Only 2 though. I think Jay has just enough levels in priest spells and intelligence to avoid being easily charmed or paralyzed. But I haven't actually bought him any spells. Okay, so... Well, that's a good chunk of spells found. Now looking for Safe Travel, Unshackle Mind. And then there's Return Life and the Divines. Okay, looks like the Arcane and Divine spells I have to talk to Erica and or King Micah to get level 3s. Because I think that they are all major quest rewards. So, Unshackle Mind, Safe Travel, Return Life. Oh no. For Safe Travel level 3, I have to go back to the Crypt of Drath. I hate the Crypt of Drath. Well, maybe I don't have to go through the teleporter maze. Hi there, Chucky. Good to see you. Return life is in the Slith Temple. Travel. And Unshackle Mind apparently is in Formalo. I was just in Formalo. Okay, mystery spell, where might you be? Perhaps in the town treasury for some bizarre reason? Oh, this is definitely the mayor's bedchamber. Blessed short sword, okay. So she's capable of defending herself if need be. Hello! Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! You look inside the box. In it you find dozens of sacks, which seem to contain the town's petty cash fund. Gold and silver spills out through torn seams. It's impressive. Your normally calm adventurer's mind starts to be clouded with greed. Yeah, no, I do not wish to fight with the town guards today. There's a box here. Someone carelessly left it open, making the gloves inside clearly and tantalizingly visible. Someone has etched magical glyphs around the edge of the box, but you doubt they're anything dangerous. Yeah. When you start to reach into the box, there is a flash of light. When your vision clears, the glyphs are gone and the gloves are still there. You start to feel a little faint, but you still feel all right. What did that do? Did that drain experience? Oh no, it gave me a dread curse. Someone got very angry with you, angry enough to give you a powerful curse. You will be a little bit worse at everything you do until you find someone who can remove the curse. Unfortunately, an ordinary healer won't be sufficient. Kinda tempted to leave that there. Okay, there are gloves. They are not identified. And there's nothing else hidden in this corner. Okay, spellbook is not going to be off the kitchen. That's just silly. I really miss the Exile version of Magic Map now. Found something. Oh joy, it's a gardening room. Or general supply closet. Okay, fine, I'll pull up the annotated map. If I have to. Supposedly there's a whole side quest from Claudette that I've missed. Is there anything you can't cure? A dread curse is a powerful thing, vicious and hard to break. Though I've heard that there are those in the Tower of Magi far to the south who could remove such a curse. What would you be doing right now were it not for the wars and such? I would be doing research, not on magic, on the history of priests in Avernum. It fascinates me. I wish I could continue looking for information on the first priests down here. Perhaps we could help? That would be wonderful. Before the war with the Nephilim started, I was going to go north and speak with the dragon Motrax. I had heard that he had a scroll describing one of the first priests here. Go there and recover it. I would be appreciative. Right. So yet another spell that I probably could have found much earlier. Hi, Motrax. Someone in Formula wants me to find a certain scroll on religious history. Ah, well, I can see why you would ask me, but I am not half the historian some of you humans think I am. The dragon Koth, far to the west, is the collector of magical tomes of all sorts. You should ask him for his help. Ah, dang, I just talked to Koth like 1 or 2 episodes ago. You sure you don't have it? Absolutely positive. As I said, you should find the dragon Koth for that. Ah, beans. Also, if I don't mind risking the annoyance of Motrax, we can explore his lair a little bit more. This corridor is damp and quiet. Very, very quiet. You start to get nervous. Wandering around in the back passages of a dragon's lair can be a very reckless thing to do. Yeah, the 4-tile dragons from Exile 3 were indeed very cool. The corridor ahead is blocked by a light blue, shimmering curtain of light. It's very delicate, thin as a bubble, and to keep walking down this passage, you'll have to pass through it. And it is pretty much the only way to keep going here. When you touch the curtain, it pops like a bubble. However, instead of a pop noise, you hear a loud, clear, ringing chime. The chime continues for a minute, growing louder and louder, causing the stone of the walls to vibrate around you. Then, mercifully, the sound stops. You're afraid, however, that people elsewhere in these caves were able to hear it. Okay, living statue. Oh yes, call your summons. They can do absolutely nothing. Your summons can do nothing. Your spells, on the other hand... And because Githa doesn't have that much intelligence... she can't target as many creatures as Magrat can. Why must you be immune to fire? So yes, I can bust up a statue with arrows. Because that makes sense. many goodies. Bar of tin, which apparently is worth 30 coins. A mushroom merlot. A horn. Some ore. Bar of lead. Bar of iron. Geetha is so ridiculously good at traps, she can even disarm those in a dragon's lair. So, there are many gold coins. An assassin's dagger. A dexterity bracelet. Unidentified ring. And more gold. And I can't get through there. And now a rather angry dragon. Oh, Motrex just summoned a vampire for me. So yeah, I don't like making Motrex mad, so we're going to pretend all of that never happened. Okay, so now I want to go far to the west for stuff. And maybe I will get to show off my recall crystal after all if I need to return to Formalo for a thing. I think that Avernum Escape from the Pit, the remake, did introduce fast travel. I'm mostly fine with not having it in Exile and Avernum, but sometimes walking across the entire kingdom gets a little old. Gauntlets of Might. Yeah, not really worth the Dread Curse. Though at least I didn't annoy the town guards of Formalo, so I've got that going for me. Unfortunately, the random item shop really doesn't sell a lot of interesting stuff anymore. Okay, Freedom Charm is sort of interesting if getting paralyzed or put to sleep is a problem. Theo, I see you there. Don't climb up things you're not supposed to climb up. I said no. Pardon me while my younger cat is being a nuisance. Okay, he's at least marginally less destructive than he was a month or two ago. Okay, talking to Throndell. We've gotten this horrible, horrible curse, and we can't do anything to get rid of it. Can you help us? He looks at you closely. That's a nasty one. I don't know what you did to get that curse, but I suppose I can help you. It's a powerful spell, though. I'll cure the curse for 500 coins. Well, hey, the Gauntlets of Might I did sell the Gauntlets of Might for more than that. That's a lot of money, but I have no choice. Throndell casts a spell to weaken the curses, then a spell to remove them, then a spell to keep them from immediately coming back. It takes a long time, and makes your skin feel like it's been heavily burned and rubbed with salt. After a few agonizing hours, though, the job is complete. The dread curse is gone. Yay! Do I want to pay money for Divine Restoration or Divine Host? I don't know that I do. Heals damage, cures negative effects, can even increase its target's health over the normal maximum, which is cool. Yeah, Gaither could learn a few things here. And now to the west. And why go through a town when I can fly over the river? Okay, so Darman. Wait a minute, there was another pretty long and involved quest in Darman, wasn't there? We went to the library in Patrick's Tower, but the Valorum Bestiary wasn't there. Oh dear, once again my wishes are denied. And once again, she pays a tiny amount of money as a reward for your efforts. The only other place the tome might be is, well, hard to reach at best. But if you ever get a chance to visit Erica's tower, look in her books, and see if you can find the Valorum Bestiary. I will pay you if you can tell me whether it's there or not. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna get on Checkle-Mind level 3, isn't it? Slimes! Why do I do this? Because I can. And then I overkill them with fire, as one does. When you enter the throne room, King Micah looks relieved. "You have returned," he shouts. "You survived your expedition." As he stands and embraces you, 3 large sacks of coins are brought to you. "Come and speak with me. Tell me of your adventures and your victory over Greyhoth. At last, Avernum's victory over him is complete. Our people may sleep easy at last." He returns to his throne and waits for your approach. "We did it! We slew Greyhoth! Avernum is safe! Tell King Micah the story." Micah and the royal guard listen with great interest. "You have done a great deed. I declare you to be knights of Avernum. Eventually, fame and power is assured to you. For now, I think it would be best if you continued to wander, seeing all the things Avernum has to offer, and doing all the good deeds you can, and collecting all of the stuff. Also, there is a powerful magical tome in my chambers. You should read it. It may help you." May have to pick a few locks to get there. There is a thick, leather-bound tome of magical knowledge on the pedestal. The words are painted gold on fine vellum. This book must have been smuggled down from the surface. You find a scroll which explains how to cast Arcane Summon Level 3. With work, everyone who has enough skill to understand the spell learns it. Esme learns it. Ooh, and Divine Warrior, which Magrat learns. So that is my reward for killing Greyhoth. And once again, I like to take the shortcut of Thrallney. I think I left the giant boat near Barga, because I'm not seeing it near Erika's tower. Yes. When you get close to this clearly magicked door, a small patch of the runes disappear to reveal a keyhole. Your bone key fits into it easily, and the door swings open. Okay, so I don't get an option to tell Erika about killing Greyhoth, or ask her about the thing. There's a lizard here. Apparently it is not a magical lizard. Okay, so... yeah, that's nothing. I don't trust Erika not to zap me if I read something without her permission. This pedestal has one of Erika's spellbooks on it. Thick, ancient, and imposing. You can imagine that many a wizard would gladly surrender one of his hands to read it. Spellbooks are often trapped, however, to protect the secrets and powers of the owner. Reading this tome could be risky. You read with increasing excitement the neat and intricate writing on the pages. As you read more, however, The lettering starts to shift before your eyes. Your head starts to hurt. You stumble away. It takes some time for your dizziness to fade. And everybody's dumbfounded. Okay, so we can't actually read any of those yet. Here we go. The books are arranged in alphabetical order. You look, and in a minute, you find a copy of the Valorum Bestiary in excellent condition. The quest you received in Darman is finally complete. Or it will be once we go back and talk to the witch again. Oh, where did I leave the boat? I have a few spots that I usually like to park the boats in. Ah, okay. It's just a bit farther south. Do I need to do the Enlightenment thing again? I'm willing to bet that I do. Oh! Okay, I don't, actually, because I've already talked to Aiden and Josie. I don't need to go through that whole thing again. But I do need to talk to Gilbert to activate the door. Could you make the tower door appear for us? He looks back at the tower. There's a door into the tower. Just go walk in. Okay. So probably... This looks promising. Okay, let's stop rifling through people's drawers here. Yaha! Esme learns Dispel Barrier level 3. I probably didn't even need that, but I still want to have it. Also, someone's let the cows in. Okay. At least I only have to fight off the statues once. Just did that thing. Oh, do I have to search Koth's library? I can't just ask him about it? apparently I've already done whatever that is. Phooey. Well, I have received the quest from Mother Claudette by now. There's so much empty space that could be hiding secrets, but apparently isn't. Oh, there's a bunch of bookshelves behind Koth as well. I don't think I ever looked at them. Right, Koth teaches magery. Gah. Okay, so I have to talk to Claudette, talk to Motrax, talk to Claudette again, and then talk to Koth. Where's a Fresn? I noticed something here earlier. Okay, there's a little passage here connecting the ruined Empire fort to the river for completely unnecessary reasons, really. Let's see now. Won't use... Go away. Not using my recall crystal just yet because I do need to stop by Darman again. You know what, let's show off the bit of dialogue on Fort Spire. This lizard I can talk to. There's a large lizard pacing on the bridge. Greetings, friend lizard. What are you up to today? It snaps at your foot. Any events of great import taking place in the reptilian world? It hisses. Okay then. How do you know when to put the car? We're on the list. How do we pass through? Walk right up to the gate outside. We'll let you through. Cool. You tell your names to the guard on the other side of the narrow... narrow barred window. After a few moments, the portcullis slides open. You are free to leave the abyss. Hooray, we are trusted and not convicts. Well, technically we are convicts in the eyes of the Empire, but not in the eyes of Avernum. I forget sometimes that in this version of the game I can walk over hills and not just around them. We went to Erica's library. The Valoran bestiary was there. Wonderful. I will visit her as soon as I can. She starts to hand you a tiny pouch of coins, and then she thinks better of it. She points to her small bookshelf. As a reward, you may read my magical tomes. Some of them are very powerful. She starts planning ways to reach Erica's tower. Let me at your bookshelf, woman. You find a scroll which explains how to cast the spell Ice Lances. Hooray! Another icy projectile spell that would have been much more useful several levels ago. Actually, do I have a boat over here? It's likely that I do. No, I do not. That boat is over by Sylvar. Phooey. Oh yeah, I had reason to go check out the Crypt of Drath again. Well, the spellbook is almost certainly not going to be on level 1. Nope, that wall is one way. Out here. And there is a little unexplored bit over here. Oh, magical trap. Whoops. And nothing appears in the ruins because I've already triggered that one once. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I don't think I can get there from this level. Do I need to descend further into the depths? Probably. Yeah, nothing hiding in this corner. That's new. Right, that's just a dead end that makes you think it's important by putting barriers in it. It's everyone's favorite thing, an identical teleporter maze. Yay. This is admittedly much easier when I have a map that works. Not to mention a map that's already filled out. Oh, hello. Surprise secret passage. Oh. Well, that's just silly. Safe travel level 3! This is an ancient spellbook. Surprisingly, the magical script it uses is vaguely familiar to you. Those in your group with skill casting magical spells will be able to decipher it. However, that may not necessarily be a good idea. Some of the rituals and descriptions seem very strange, and reading such magical script can have peculiar effects on the mind. Oh, ow. So let's save the game before we try that. The book describes to your spellcasters a long list of rules and ways of seeing the world. At first, they seem to make sense, though many of them seem to involve the rightness of the magically strong subjugating the weak. You try to look past these questionable morals and understand the powerful secrets. You do manage to learn some things, and do so while keeping the strange ideas from becoming lodged in your mind. The effect leaves you feeling more powerful, but drained and slightly unhinged. As you close the book, you notice that the pages have become blank. So what did that do? I think it increased my magery skill. It definitely increased my magery skill. And Geetha, despite being a spellcaster, does not have the magery skill, so she did not benefit. Oh well. Fascinating. Hello. Ooh, monies. A blessed robe, an invulnerability potion, and an unidentified helmet. I hardly need the potions. I hardly need the invulnerability potion anymore now that I've got Divine Warrior. Which is better, the Blessed or the Radiant robe? The Blessed robe blocks more raw damage, but this one also provides magical protection from magic. Magical. Because why bother attempting to walk through barriers when you have Dispel Barrier level 3? Oh, that's just an alternate path into here. Okay. So the one that I've forgotten is Return Life, which is in the Upper Slith Temple. Got it. Will the recall crystal work when I'm deep underground? Nope, it can only be used outdoors. But I do at least get a small shortcut back over here. Okay, not so bad. That is an excellent question. The whole of Avernum is deep underground. But I guess there's a difference between being in a larger cavern and being in a tiny little... being in a crypt dug into a tiny little tunnel. Or something. Let's go through here just for fun. Bit of a shame that I can buy a boat in Silvar or Kotra, but not Almeria for some reason. Oh, a cursed leather helmet. Delightful. Oh, I went to the castle and I did nothing with my historical scrolls. Dope. Boat, but need to go further north to Formalo again. Party members are certainly getting their steps in today. Aha! We were able to speak with Motrax. You tell Claudette about your meeting with Motrax, mentioning how he didn't know anything useful, but that the dragon Koth might. How unfortunate, she says. Still, I should pay you for your efforts. She removes a ruby from a pouch and hands it to you. If you can ever speak to Koth, and if you can get from him what I am looking for, I will reward you further. We haven't been able to reach Koth since we spoke to you. Oh, I'm not surprised. I've never even heard of him. If you find him, though, and you can recover any historical scrolls for me, I would be even more appreciative. Great. Oh, my reputation has gone up to 40. I'm not just beloved now, I am adored. enough skill points to do anything fun with. Perhaps maybe. That's not the building I want. I like when Avernum adds more side quests. I get a little annoyed when it makes them infuriatingly windy. Granted, I suppose that last one was at least partly my fault. I could have talked to Claudette before going over to Koth, but I didn't know I was supposed to do that. So, have any sliths respawned in here? Apparently not so far. Also, these pits really should be full of water as they're, sacred cleansing pools. That's a trash pit. Okay, those are loot boxes. I've definitely looted those. Bookshelves or pedestals with tomes over here. So we gotta start hunting a little more. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but I am not entirely capable of getting 100% completion without either an official hint book or a completion guide from somebody on the Avernum forums or other member of the community, other such member of the community. Could maybe be the altar? Haven't actually looked at it. Oh, that's got something in it. It's got snakes. All it's got is snakes. Honestly, the altar would make a lot more sense than hiding in some random nook. No, it is not the altar. Okay, I have consulted the annotated map, and I have found it. Coins. Okay. So that thing I said about it not making sense to be in a random nook? Sometimes Jeff is mean. You find a scroll which explains how to cast the spell Return Life, level 3. Now I can return people who have even been turned into dust. Assuming, of course, I have Resurrection Balm. Or Balm of Life, I think it is. Okay, now what? Now I need to go back to Koth. Yeah, Spiderweb Software is a real gem in the indie game scene, and frankly incredible that they've been able to keep doing this for like 30 years. And time for another round of, I'm pretty sure I remember where I put the boat. Ah, one demon, one singular demon. Oh, now you're trying to make the fight ever so slightly more interesting. Okay, now that I have gone and tripped the correct plot flag... A priestess in Formalo told us that you might have a book on the history of priests in Avernum. That's not true, your brother Motrax told us that. He thinks for a bit. Yes, I do. It is a trivial and uninteresting topic, but a tome on that subject does rest in the less interesting areas of my library. Look on the shelves by the Spiral of Runes. If the rats haven't eaten it, it is there. Cool. You search the bookshelves, and sure enough, you find the book Claudette asks you to find. It is a short, grim tome describing the horrible fates of the first priests to be sent into Avernum. It is a sad book, but an inspiring one as well. You memorize as much of its contents as you can, so that you can relay them to Claudette. Yeah, this is not a lending library after all. Leave the boat somewhere moderately convenient, and use the recall crystal instead of tromping back all the way across Avernum. You feel a strange nauseating sensation. When your senses return to normal, you realize that you've moved. Right next to Fort Avernum. Ha. We talked to Koth and saw the scroll you wanted. You tell Claudette of your visit to Koth and what you learned from his scrolls. You tell her of the horrible suffering and the marvelous accomplishments of the first priests in Avernum. Tears come to her eyes. Oh, they were so brave. And so, for that matter, were you. I guess brave is a word to describe it. For your reward, read the scrolls on the altar. They will teach you great knowledge. Knowledge of unmatched rarity. And once more, I thank you. And at long last, I learn Unshackle Mind Level 3. I haven't really used Unshackle Mind all that much, aside from curing the occasional dumbfounding. But in later games, it can be quite useful to break someone out of being charmed. Now, okay, I have all of the level 3 mage spells except for Arcane Shield and Arcane Blow. And I have all of the level 3 priest spells except for Divine Restoration and Divine Host. And to complete those, I do need to go and accomplish some more very major quests. Now can I escape the Matrix and free my mind? Indeed. So, now we can escape the Matrix. But first, we must escape the pit. And I think that I am going to pick back up on the other side of Avernum next time, because I've got the Silver Circlet, I've got the Onyx Scepter, I've got all 4 parts of the password. I just need to go into the tunnels beyond Fort Remote and perhaps find a dragon who might tell me where to go next. But that will be for another stream. So I will pick this back up, probably right next to Fort Remote, later on. Have a good night, everybody, and see you all next time.